Happy Wednesday to the people. It's me, Bobby from 204 Comics here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Canada, if you will. And this week, fellas, it's a good one. It's a good little video this week, I feel like. Hopefully the people feel somewhat the same. First and foremost, a quick order of business is that we actually hit a little milestone on the channel. Yeehaw, everybody. We did it. As of this recording at 3:30 p.m. Central Time, we're at 500 subscribers on the channel. Thanks, Ash. We are super excited about that, and we actually wanted to do a little giveaway for the people. So, in honor of the Spider-Man movie coming out, we thought it would be pretty cool to offer the people a quick little giveaway. You can win your choice of either a 9.8 graded Spider-Man, Todd McFarlane Spider-Man #1 in silver, or the direct, what we like to lovingly call the Purple Webs version, as well as a bundle of these. This is actually a Betty and Me number 16. This one in particular has the our storefront actually on it. I think I've shown this in a video before. We will give away one of those slabs and the pair of Betty and Me's to anyone who leaves a comment on the video explaining to us why Spider-Man is special to them. We'll choose a winner. It will be a randomly selected winner. We'll give until the next video. So that will be next week, Wednesday, which I want to say is the 12th of August. Yes, the 12th of August. We will ship pretty well anywhere that FedEx will allow us, I believe. So there you have it. Leave us a comment on why you Spider-Man is special to you. And if you don't like Spider-Man, just explain why too. We can we'll include you in the draw anyway. It's for everybody. It's for the people. You've got a chance to win. And local people and people on the internet alike are all included. That said, Spider-Man is out. The brand new day. The Spider-Man movie, which only shares a name with its source material. It's time for the Bobby review. First and foremost, fellas, spoiler-free. We can't be doing a big time spoiler review when the movie's not even a week old yet. I see a lot of people ruining the surprises and the cameos. I've seen pure footage of the movie on TikTok already. What is that about? First and foremost, all I'm really going to say is I feel like seeing, Tom Holland be sad Tom Holland is something I'm down with. I like the pacing of the movie. I think is pretty good. You've got a lot of cool action mixed in there. It's nice to see, the cameo characters, let's say, contribute more than just kind of showing up and waving in the background or giving you some sort of a, really surface level cameo. A good example of this, for example, is Lobo in Supergirl. Is kind of a character that just didn't really need to be in the movie, and it feels like they were just doing it because James Gunn and Jason Momoa are friends. I don't know that really. I mean, his presence didn't really advance the plot in any sort of way, meaningful way, in my opinion. And he's an interesting character in the comics, Lobo, when we're talking about Supergirl, but he's not really involved in the source material at all. And similarly, some of the cameo characters in the Spider-Man Brand New Day are not involved in the source material, if we're calling it Brand New Day. In fact, several of the villains of that story, the main one that starts out the Brand New Day storyline, I think, is just straight up not in the movie whatsoever. There's a lot of little things, and if we're comparing the movies to the comics 1-to-1, it's just never going to line up. There's no way they can do it. But I feel like, in spite of that, the cameos, the other than Spider-Man characters, obviously, if you've seen the trailer, you know who those other characters are. Most of them. Great to see them advance the plot and not just be there for like 2 seconds. Would have loved to have seen more of one of those characters in particular. And yeah, I mean, hey, listen, it was a fun time. I ultimately, I think if you've been watching our channel for any stretch of time here, you probably know I'm not a big time Spider-Man guy. I like him. He's fine, you know. I enjoy Spider-Man. I used to watch the cartoon when I was a kid. Yeah, great. Spider-Man, he's cool. But I'm not like a super fan. Having said that, I did enjoy the movie. If you're asking me for how many stars I would give it, we're talking about, it's a 4 out of 5 from old Bob. And as I said last week, I am a tough critic. I don't really, you know, I end up looking for nitpicky stuff, as I'm sure you can imagine from having listened to me just talk about how Brand New Day the comic is not at all like Brand New Day the movie. But there's some similarities, and it's here and there, but it's just not quite the same. Maybe next week we'll talk a little bit more about it in depth, or in the future we can do a little bit of a more spoiler-filled review. But truthfully, it's a fun movie. I heard it's made like $1 billion already after the first, not even full week it's been out yet. Kudos to them. They really knocked it out of the park. I feel like it's just, I would have ended the movie very differently than it was ended. I feel like they left a lot on the table that they could have. You know, they already sold $1 billion. I feel like they could have pre-sold $1 billion if they changed the ending into something that maybe included a few other things that are waiting in the wings. I'll talk more about that another time. Anyway, that's Spider-Man in a nutshell, and the giveaway in a nutshell. In honor as well of the 500 subscribers we now have, I thought I would kind of quickly go through some of the old comments on some of the videos that we have missed or otherwise said we would kind of shelf until later. So let's go back and chat with our pals and see what we're talking about. A couple weeks ago, I made a video on Street Fighter, the comic books from Malibu Comics, and Jeff here left a comment saying, "What's your take on Street Fighter, the Street Fighter series that were published by Image and Udon in the early to mid 2000s?" I replied to the comment, but I'd like to expand on it. You know, Udon is definitely a very stylistic little publication or studio, whatever you want to call them. They have an extremely anime influenced style, and I really care. Like, I like it a lot. It's really cool. It feels like if you're familiar with video games, there's a technique called bloom that's used a lot, or overbrighting. It feels like they kind of use that technique in a lot of the comics. There's some sort of weird thing going on with the way that they draw those. I'm sure a lot of it's done on computers at this point, and it kind of makes sense if that's the case. So even though it is really cool, I do like the style a lot. It's very, very stylistic, and it's not always my cup of tea, but for the most part, I do enjoy them. I have quite a few of those comics, the Street Fighter ones. They also did a Darkstalkers one, or are putting them out once in a while. I think they just put out a new swimsuit special for Street Fighter this year. It's cool. Yeah, it's all right. They're good. They're all right. Let's take a look here. Couple other people talking about the Street Fighter video. Our friend William says that the video took him down memory lane. and he spent a lot of money in the local arcade on Street Fighter 2. Yeah, I was actually talking the other day about how when that arcade machine starts up, there's the like big "don't do drugs" right on the it's an image. I'll overlay it on the screen here, and I remember that so vividly walking through arcades and seeing that on different machines as I was playing. I spent quite a few dollars on arcade machines myself. I lived across the street for a couple of years from an arcade, and I used to go there after school and get my butt whooped on Street Fighter 3 at the time, specifically. Let's see here. Our pal Dear Taylor Woods, you should check out her channel if you haven't already. When we were reviewing the where Dork was at, sorry. Taylor said, I just picked up Absolute Wonder Woman because I finally can't continue to not hop on. Yeah, Absolute Wonder Woman is a treat. I'm sure we've gushed on here a few times about Absolute Batman and what a fun take on Batman that is. But truthfully, I think that Absolute Wonder Woman is surprisingly one that's not talked about enough. The thing with Absolute Wonder Woman is that if you like Greek mythology, this is kind of a neat little spin on it. She shares quite a few similarities with the original Wonder Woman character in the comics, but this is done in a new kind of breath of fresh air type of way. Received a comment from Lockset. I don't know how to pronounce that. Lots of N's and D's in there, saying on the video about required reading, so comic books that I thought would be, Ashley and I both thought you should read, Crossed, referenced Crossed, Department of Truth, Catching Hell, and Ice Cream Man's, all must reads, emotion triggering, thought provoking books. So I replied to that and said, Cross is a wild ride, definitely not a book I would recommend for the faint of heart or squeamish. And to expand further on that, not for anybody who is under the age of 18, especially. Crossed is not a title that I would refer anyone to. In fact, I would go so far as to say it is one of the comic books that I have read that I dislike the most. It is a shock value comic, and I guess if you like old horror slasher movies and kind of like shock value stuff, that might be up your alley. But truthfully, I'm not a fan of the writer, and I'm definitely not a fan of the content of that book. And if anything, it made me question whether or not I want to say it's either Warren Ellis or Garth Ennis. I mix them up all the time. And whoever it is, the creator of that, I'm looking it up right now. It's Garth Ennis. That guy needs to be looked into with some of the content that's in that comic book. It is crazy. And not a normal person or well-adjusted person would come up with some of the scenes that are in that comic. So if that's your thing, go for it. Same person a couple weeks before that, or a week before that, I think, said in reference to Marvel potentially moving away from physical comics. There's a big rumor about that was seemingly substantiated by Rob Liefeld. The same guy said, if they move away from physical books, I'll never buy another Marvel comic, another moronic decision by corporate America. Well, you said it best, buddy. I think a ton of people would not be purchasing comics from Marvel if that was the case. It would be a tremendous misstep. It would alienate the resellers, the speculators. It would alienate the people who go into stores every single week and buy comics off the shelf. They're not a silent minority. It's the people who've been keeping Marvel, in business for years. Print media is it's got to stay alive. So stop at a shop and buy some books if you haven't already this week. Going through a couple other quick ones here. We had a couple of comments about the craziest CGC unboxing that we've ever had. One of them most recently was someone who was saying, holy cow, a 9.2 on the Strange Adventures is a score. You almost never see that one in high grade, and when you do, it's super pricey. I was happy to get mine in a 5.0. That's from Darth Shredder. Ash, do you have anything to say about your Strange Adventures 9.2?
It is a gorgeous book. One I am super happy to have in my PC. I don't want to say we'll never sell it, but it's definitely on the list of long-term keepers. Yes.
So everything's for sale. It's just how much someone wants to pay for it.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
That's one of those ones, though, it'd be like probably above market value. Like
That's what I mean.
I like it that much. I would keep it. Yeah.
Very good. Thanks for your input, sir. Yeah. So these are just a couple of the little comments we got. I mean, we appreciate every comment. I try to respond to them when I see them come in if it's something I can get to. But again, if you would like to participate in the giveaway this week, feel free to leave a comment on why Spider-Man is special to you or why he's not special to you. And that's pretty much it for the week here, fellas. It's just a quick little celebratory one. Really appreciate everybody tuning in and watching the video. Next week, we'll do the draw for the slab, and we'll see what else we can't chat about then. Have a lovely week. Enjoy. See you soon. Toodaloo.